Yo, it's here for that baby. I say some other who be NDC forum now. Yeah, go so I was we are here. My brother Paul the Soso is here. Eliasu is here today. The Vim yeah the topics we bring bremo. More classical so far 1-1. And for many people who are tennis fans, Jesus Christ, the clay season is amazing. Everything that is happening from every single city, all the way from Charleston through Montego. Every single tournament is beautiful, and I'm so happy for Rebecca. I'm so excited for all the guys, and but again, still the king is back on clay, and Rafa Nadal is back on clay. My hope is that I want to see him play one more a French Open tournament, and the king of clay tournament is back. I'm excited to be here, and I hope, say, you will be excited. We want to see your comments. Comment and let us know where you are watching us from. We will be coming back quickly, and then we'll get into the topics one after the other.
God have mercy upon us.
Addo,
God have mercy upon us.
If you give me thousands of Ghana cards and $1, I will choose the dollar.
It is smoky.
Oh, Miami. Oni kwa kutia mu Miami. Addo, mu Miami. Oni kwa kutia no mu Miami. Addo,
What can try, dear?
Addo,
What can try?
That by the end of the first quarter next year, the Ghana card will be recognized globally as an e-passport.
Kano cry. Otrofo. Addo. You want me to do more? Okraman ferso besuvini. Yes, we are dear bro, better so.
John Mahama is an incompetent nice man.
Shame on you. Abaya the board touchy. Yeah, the baby bought band baby. Sana will be Miami. You can lie your way to power. You can do all propaganda. Dollar rate will expose you. The dollar has broken jail. You are pathological liar. You lie for living. Lies are your hobby. Google and Wikipedia recognize you as a liar. Your talent is to lie. You promised me heaven and earth. You promised me the whole universe. None of them has been fulfilled. You said if I give you power, I will live like in heaven. Look at the way I'm suffering. What do you trouble on mine?
What trouble my own?
On my 47. Addo.
What can try, dear?
Addo.
What can try?
Kano cry. Otrofo. Addo. You want me to say more? I have something to tell you. Sit down and cast your mind back. You see how you destroy yourself. People see you as a joker. They see you as comedian. People see you like Mr. Ibu, they see you like Lewin. So Dr. Lice, change your ways. As someone me can watch you now, a Dr. Lice.
You made a review say Muguswa Amoha our NDC forum. Quickly, we are going to our topics. The NPP this week, you will say they said they want to rename, repackage, and you ask yourself, say, what is it with the NPP? It's as if they don't seem to know what to do at what point in time. And this is what Captain Smart have to say. And then from here, I come to Paul, and then we start this thing.
From the president to the assemblyman of this government, we come in Abuma, which Mahama Nyansam three, Umunya one. Memi Yandisini, Memimpe. But Ufa Danado Dankwa Kufado, His Excellency, Fad Mamadou Baumia, Efa Napo. Ufa Finance Minister Wabafu Free, Ufa Duchum, what's the some ministers, the chief of staff?
All right. Or say, this is an MPP man. Or say, Ufa Nanado, Ufa the vice president, Ufa Kenoforiata, Ufa Duchum, Ufa Munina Boma, 1/10 of John Mahama wisdom, Omundibi. And you know, let me go to Paul. Paul Yanko, Ameri renaming, repackaging to Bugana focus here. I mean,
well, KINGSLEY, thank you.
Yeah, Paul, go ahead.
I always say we do this for country and God. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
As we do this thing for the love we have for our country, Mother Ghana, Ama Ghana, which has now become Akufo-Addo Ghana. This is why some of us are here to speak truth to power. Set the facts and the record straight. Yeah. It is a fact, okay? It's a fact that this Ameri deal or this Ameri plant that has been relocated to Kumasi, nobody or the NDC is not saying that it's a bad issue or it's a bad thing. Technically, if you look at technically, it is a very good decision that is taken to relocate the plant, because when you look at the power supply in the Ashanti region and its environment, I mean, the power supply over there is very poor. You know, they'll be having a lot of intermediate power supply because of the box supply in distribution over there is not enough. The question is, when you are trying to relocate the Ameri plant to Kumasi, nobody is not saying, or the NDC is not saying that do not do it. Kumasi is part of Ghana. Because it's part of Ghana and they are also Ghanaian, they have every right to enjoy from the plant that the country has paid for. The interesting part of it is that, and the reason why we in the NDC, we are raising issues is that these super incompetent, nepotistic, visionless, directionless, aimless, incompetent Nanado Baumia government are hypocrites, sycophants, and they are a disgrace to the mother Ghana that we all believe in. Why am I saying so, KINGSLEY? You remember when His Excellency John Mahama took power in 2012, we had issues with
Paul. Hey. Paul. Eliasu, what do you mean?
I'm a tonka.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's a Paul and Tianka. Eliasu bet to us as mine. Paul Barney to us.
Okay. You Michia KINGSLEY and Yimrechia, a TF4, any afraid you know, any acquaintance or the Amami and Yimre, Yadawase. I am say Paul di Kankaye. Although I am war, Emma, ye my Ghana.
I mean, say,
yeah, I'm here, KINGSLEY.
Okay, yeah, you mute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So I'm saying that, where did I get to? I'm saying that, I mean, the NDC has no issues with relocating the Ameri plant, which is now called Kumasi Tema 1 plant, to Kumasi. We have no issues with that. But the hypocrisy, the sycophancy, the disgrace, the shame, and the aimless Baumia government and another government, the hypocrisy of them is what we are questioning. Let's all analyze the Ameri deal. We all remember in 2012 when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama took over from, then was elected as the president of the country. We started having issues with power consumption. This issue started as far back as His Excellency, the late President Rawlings's era. Right. It went through Kufuor's era. That was where Kufuor, you remember, went and asked pastors to go to Akosobo to go and pray so that there will be enough water in the dam. It didn't work.
That is true.
That was where Kufuor brought this Rokubrobe. Remember, went and brought those toy generators that they wanted to use generators to subsidize power supply to the country. And we saw it didn't work.
Right.
Yes. So when Mills took over, the problem was persistent. President Mills tried to do something about it, and they tried working on it, but they couldn't go far. So when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama took over, he said, I will fix it. And indeed, he fixed the power issue. That was why we got in the car power, the Ameri plant, the all different plants were brought on board. But I'm going to zero in on the Ameri plant. When we went in to negotiate, because at the time it was an emergency need, so we had to go in and get this plant prepared for us. We had to go in and get this plant working for us. So the processes was very emergency pressing issue. So you have to pay more. Technically, I'm in the corporate world. Anytime you're looking for something which is emergency, which if you have to go to the normal route, it will take you about 2 to 3 years. But if you want it to be done immediately, which we call emergency situations, you pay more for it to be done.
Right.
Now, at the time that we went in for this emergency plan, which is the Ameri deal, the Ameri plant is 250 megawatt plant, which comprises of 10 units. So every unit takes 25 megawatts. So we got this plant through emergency sourcing, and we purchased it. It was built, run it, and then you hand over. So this thing was going to cost the country $510 million. It's a fact that if it was not under emergency need, we could have gone that plant maybe a little bit cheaper, around $360 million. But this is the case. We wanted to get this plant. It's an emergency situation. We wanted to resolve the issue because people are dying in the hospital. People's business are collapsing. All sorts of things are going on. And the government then has no choice than to go under emergency certificate to purchase this plant. So doing that, it was a little bit higher, which was about $510 million. What did we hear from our friends when they were in opposition? Baobia had a post, and the post is out there, that trying to, insinuate corruption around this deal. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo posted and said that is a bad deal Ghana is going through and that there's no value for money, and they said all sorts of things. And they promised the good people of Ghana that when they come into power, they will renegotiate this deal and make sure that the over $150 million, okay, that they think has been inflated upon the cost of the plant, they will get it back for the good people of Ghana. KINGSLEY, I have stated over here that it's true that the plant was almost $510 million. It should have been around $360 million. But if you wanted to purchase it at that price, which means we have to wait for 2 to 3 years for this plant to be built for us. And we didn't have that time. So you have to go in under agency of certificate of, under agency certificate and agents of, agency. We went to purchase this plant because we needed it to work. What happened, or what did we see? When this super incompetent, visionless, aimless, directionless Nana Addo Dankwa and Bawumia took over, they promised the good people of Ghana they were going to investigate it, and that there was corruption shrouded around the deal, and that they would bring people to book. That was when they took over, they set up the Addison Committee. This Addison Committee went into the deal. They went and they scrutinized the deal, and they saw that there was nothing they could have done. The deal was nothing corruption surrounding the deal. They wasted the good people's money. Addison and his people traveled, and they were sleeping in high first-class hotels all over in Dubai, all over, that they were investigating this deal. What happened? They didn't get any iota of corruption surrounding this deal. Now, the most interesting part of the issue is that they said they're going to renegotiate this deal. What did we hear? What did we see? A deal that was around $510 million, and the plant was meant for 3 years plan for us. It was supposed to be operated in 5 years, and it to become a property of Ghana. When they took over, that they were going to renegotiate it. They renegotiated it to 6 years, and they inflated the cost with over $800 million. If it was not due to the due diligence of the minority in parliament, they would have ripped the good people of Ghana off with the renegotiated deal, which was thinking and very, very bad deal than what they were complaining about. Now, this plant, Ghana has finished paying for the plant. The plant is now a property of Ghana. Now, as we speak, the plant was in Abuade, in Takrade, because this plant is being fed with gas. But if you look at the power situation and the distribution in Ghana now, we all agree that Kumasi is having issues with power distribution because of the low distribution over there. So technically, it makes sense to relocate the plant over there. But you are doing this thing by renaming the plant, and the very plant that you spoke evil about, the very plant that you insulted His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC about. How come that you are relocating the plant, you want to change the name? KINGSLEY, it is being said that Bawumia and Addo have not done anything for the good people of the Ashanti region. So they wanted to rechange the name to throw dust. In fact, construction to not dust into the eyes of the good people of Ashanti region. To create impression that this is what they've done for them, they've brought a plant to them, they've brought them a plant. KINGSLEY, let's put on record that the 150 megawatt, which is about 6 units of the plant that has been relocated to Kumasi, Ashanti region, according to the information out there, they spent over $34 million to relocate the plant from Abuade to Kumasi.
Yeah.
And we have to investigate this. $34 million is a lot of money. So I know Edward Bauer, the minority, one of our members in parliament, was going to raise this issue up, and we urge him to raise it up. So KINGSLEY, the reason why the NDC is making a lot of noise about this Ameri that has been changed to Kumasi Thermal 1 plant is that the hypocrisy that is surrounded by it. And we thank God, and the good people of Ashanti region should remember Mahama in the coming election, because if it was not to be the visionary Mahama who saw the vision, even though he was chastised, he was insulted, he was vilified, he was, mocked, all sorts of things were said about him, this plant has become a savior for the people of Ashanti region. Now, KINGSLEY, technically, this plant has been relocated to Ashanti region. But don't forget that this plant is being fed by gas. They have to reroute gas from wherever they are going to get a supply from to those 150 megawatt plant to be able to power it. But we hope and we believe this thing, or this relocation of this plant, is a good deal. Ashantis are part of Ghana. Ashanti is part of Ghana, and we have no reason about it. But what we are saying is that Nana Addo, Bawumia, and the NPP, NAPO especially, they should bow their head in shame. Because they said all sorts of things about the NDC. They insulted us. Now, the very plant that they were crying about, they were insulting us, He started with secrecy. He started with corruption. That's the plant that has become a savior for them today. This reminds me of His Excellency's statement on the day he conceived defeat in 2016, December 8th. He stated, and I quote, "Posterity will judge us all." And this posterity is judging us too early, too early, too early. And I'll rest my case here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Brilliantly stated cost involved and all of that stuff. So far as the relocation and the renaming of the Ameri deal is concerned, Rashid, I see you are trying to come on, but you may have to check and make sure that you come in with Chrome and join us. Ilyasu, let us start on this matter.
Okay, thank you very much again for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you, Paul, for highlighting the major factors that involve this plant. So again, let me begin by saying this. Worthless persons appointed to have control of supreme affairs do a lot of damage. That is where Ghana finds itself today. The level of hypocrisy is unprecedented in the political history of Ghana. Paul has categorically stated the ins and outs of this Ameri plant. Mine is to also reinforce some of the things that he said. For example, this was a party that was in opposition, and they swore heaven and earth to Ghanaians, made sure that whatever that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was doing, so far as power outages existed in Ghana, they came and condemned it. This Ameri deal, just as Paul said, they said all sort of things about it. They said there was no value for money, the price was inflated, and that they set up the Addison committee that he just mentioned. Flew a whole delegation to Dubai, sleeping in first-class hotels, to go and investigate. My question is, where is the white paper on that investigation they carried out? What came out of that investigation? We spent a lot of taxpayers' monies to send a whole delegation to Dubai to go and investigate, they said, corruption. Where is that white paper? Till today, that white paper is gone down the drain. That tells you where NPP is. Now, all I want to tell Ghanaians is NPP has proven, not once, not twice, but over and over and over, that they are clueless, they are visionless, and they don't have idea of governing. It was just noise they made years ago just to gain power. God being so good, Ghanaians changed power for them to come in, and today we are seeing that they just don't know how to handle government. Again, like he said, Kumasi is an integral part of Ghana. In fact, Kumasi is one of the densely populated cities in Ghana. So relocating a national asset to Kumasi or to the Ashanti region is not a crime. But I would have thought, with all the noise that they made about Ameri deal, I would have thought that Nana Addo and Co should see that the population of Ghana is growing, and therefore the need for power consumption is also growing. So what is it that they can do to alleviate this? If I were to be part of them, I would tell them, leave this Ameri deal where it is in Takoradi. Rather, all the monies that we have borrowed, let's go and negotiate for another thermal plant that will take care of the Ashanti, northern and upper region going upwards. That is what you do for a country. The industry of any country depends on power. If the power is not stable, how do you expect industries to function in the country? So, like he rightly said, this government is visionless. They are just clueless. Theirs is just what? To claim name. And I'm not surprised by what I have seen. Why do I say that? The very day President Akufo was inaugurated into power, what did he do? His inaugural speech, even he plagiarized. The inaugural speech was plagiarized. So I am not surprised that going forward, everything that they are doing is a copycat. This is John Mahama. You chastise, you disgrace, you use all unprintable words on that there is no value for money, there is corruption that you guys smell, and that there was even excess capacity, that Ghana didn't need that capacity. And we told them, hold on, what are you talking about? It is better for Ghana to have excess capacity so that we can sell some to our neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, or Togo if they need power, than us to just have the exact capacity that we need, and then tomorrow we are in crisis. MPP did not see this coming from the visionary leader. They said all sorts of things. Today, John Mahama has been vilified. The vision that he had by solving this doomsday problem, these guys inherited, and they are now messing it up. Now they have come back to realize that Ghana needs constant power. So what do? Instead of conceiving the idea that let us also come out with a solution, buy another plant so that people of Ghana will see the Ashanti region that this is what we have also done for them. No, they decided to relocate this one from Western region to Ashanti region at a whopping cost of $34 million. This is unprecedented. I'm glad the minority is keeping an eye. They need to probe and investigate this. Transporting this from Ghana, Western region to Ashanti region should cost $34 million. This is unacceptable and is unprecedented. Again, MPP, you've got the men. But now, reality has set in that you don't even have the men, let alone the women. What do? You are known for copycat. What your predecessor did, and you guys chastised him, you said all sorts of negative things about him. He was incompetent, he is visionless, the direction that he's taking the country into, Ghanaians will suffer. Ghanaians listening to you, they voted you into power. Come out with creativity. Do something different. Let the people of Ghana, not even Ashanti, the people of Ghana see that, oh, with all the borrowing that you have done, you have also been able to bring in a whole power plant to serve the good people of the Ashanti region. But you rather chose to go and remove what somebody has already planted somewhere and it is working, to relocate it in Ashanti region. We don't have problem with that. Like he said, Ashanti region is part of Ghana. But you have gone ahead to rename it Kumasi Thermal 1 power plant, rebranding. So yours is just to come and copycat what somebody has done, somebody you touted as incompetent, somebody you said he was clueless, somebody you said he didn't know how to govern. Whatever he has done now, you guys can take it, send it somewhere else, relocate it, and then rebrand it, give it a new name, and claim that this is what you have done. I think I always say you can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. The good people of Ashanti region have now seen the reality that MPP has not offered them anything good, even though that is their well bank. Come elections, people in Ashanti region will vote massively for MPP. But what has MPP done for them? Nothing. NDC, that is even trailing Ashanti region, has done a lot for that region. We saw it recently when the regional minister was on stage and he was asked, Mr. Minister, tell us what the MPP government has done for your region. You are the regional minister. The rest is history. He couldn't even mention anything. He was telling the journalists to come, tell people whatever you've done, Ghanaians will be able to see it. Ameri plant in Abuazi, John Mahama doesn't need to tell people. Ghanaians are living in the Western region. They can see what John Mahama has done, the NDC has done for the people of the region. So you don't need, as a regional minister, you have the opportunity, you are sitting on radio and TV, and they are asking you, can you tell the good people of Ghana, not only Ashanti region, that when you get power, this is what you have done for the good people of that region, your World Bank. You couldn't say anything, but all to go back and conceive the idea that we are taking the plan and relocating it somewhere, and then we are going to rename it and rebrand it, and you call that as an achievement. That is a copycat. You have done nothing. And I'm glad the good people of Ashanti region are watching. Come this year, election in December 7th, I pray that all these things will come into their mind and they will see that it is only the NDC that has them at heart.
University of Development Studies.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard something interrupt. Yeah, it is only the NDC, that is the government that comes, and it's not tribalistic. NDC looks at Ghana as a whole, one empire. Look at KJTR market. NDC could have relocated it anywhere, but they said no. Kumasi is an integral part. Ashanti region is an integral part of Ghana. Development must go to every corner of the country. And yet still, we said NDC, we would never vote for NDC in Ashanti region. That is not an issue. But Ashanti region, you are seeing it today. 7 years in office. They are about to exit in government. Can you be honest as a Ghanaian, stand up and say, oh, Mahama gave us KJTR market. MPP also came, our World Bank, they also gave us an alternative market. Or they built a school in Ashanti region. Or they put up a hospital. John Mahama started 37 military, Aferi Hospital. All is left in the bush. They have not touched it. So here we are appealing to the good people of Ashanti region. Please, please, we are thinking about Mother Ghana and not about political party. There are two dominant political parties in Ghana. We know the NPP and the NDC. But there is one that is much more focused than when they come. Every area of Ghana sees some development. This present government came in 7 years. Look at the amount of money they have borrowed from Kwame Nkrumah to JDM, and they have nothing to show. It is always cutting sword and making empty and hollow promises. We are sick and tired of making empty and hollow promises. Action now. We need to see tangible things that you have done. Nana Addo pleaded with people. People paraded him as the one who will save Ghana. He said all sorts of things. God being so good, God gave him the power. And today, what have we seen? Complete, total failure. 7 years in government. You ask them, what is it that you have done? Come out and tell Ghanaians, like John Mahama can stand and say, oh, Aferi market, a KJTR market, University of Ghana Medical Center, Senate Bank of Ghana Hospital, KJTR interchange, Accra Circle, Dubai. These are monumental projects that nobody can deny. MPP, you've got the men, you've got the women. Tell us, what is it that you have done? 7 years. Akonya na Ghana for the mamono. Ediena motimi ayama Ghana for. Yakoto about. It's not about yebedidi yahwantem. Debbie, we are coming to put facts down. John Mahama by 4 years na mo de man no. 2012 to 2016 no ni otimi ye ni ni oya ye nyina na nya ne dia eya ban sika e no de ye, so it is for the Republic of Ghana. Nana Addo nso aba with 123 ministers. Ono so mo ma na akonya si busin o ma abo from Osagyefo to John Mahama no. A dozen chance government ni nyina no. E die na mo nso ma kire se oh yenso ye ba no ebia yakoho yekosi ho central market kakraka obia betime di ajanse oh yako Tamale yenso yekosi one of the largest hospitals in Tamale obia betime di adanse ni ehun sampa mo nso ye ma akonya na mo bae no ni emotimi aye ni but ni emu so ye incompetent onima mamu obuo onu ne wa ye mom no mo ba na mo yi anu mom de akọ bebi amope. But there is noise. I cannot hear. There is noise.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, near onu musi onim amemu no. Onu mom etimi bu aman aye niema akese de ama oman no. Momu ba na mo be yi niema no aye na mo de akobebi amope na mo asanko sedin no. Mama ni din amomope na mo abeka so nearby ni ya ma Ashanti region. Mo ka say Ashanti region not paying they are paying attention. Where your copycat obia project awaye na mo relocate you nti mo nya hwiye. Mo ka say no na be mo ato abama mo 7 December there. You guys are daydreaming. This is governance, and President Mahama said he couldn't have said it right those days. You were not near power. You didn't know how to govern. You were in opposition and you made the loudest noise. Kasa ewo mubusu and dada akohisem ewo radio ni TV so and nanaba thank God Nana Addo dankwa betina so 7 years. Ghana ni bia person development awodi aba compared to your what predecessor John Mahama so na Ghana ho. Ushia John Mahama asafo market na ubisa say Mr. President 4 years na yama no dia na we ya obetimi about 10 projects without even looking into a book. Ubisa Nana Addo dankwa say sia Nana Addo 7 years in government projects ben why we are looking into it. You are going to launch what performance tracker. What will performance tracker do for Ghanaians? We want to see it. University of Ghana Medical Center is this is a physical asset, tangible. Anybody at all can go and see. Mama no mukano ni oye ni o. Bank of Ghana hospital. Oh, NSU no Senate Hospital, Regional Maritime Academy. Oh, your friend is interchange, circle. These are things that people can see. Now, you be someone now buofu. Because I remember a journalist asked Nana Addo some time ago, you are asking me here, what do you want me? As a president, you should be ready because you are the commander-in-chief. You should be able to sell your achievement anywhere, any place they ask you. That is what makes you a leader on top of issues. But you take offense. And your ministers are not different from you. We saw them on TV. They were asking the Ashanti regional minister, tell us what your government has done for that, your region, your World Bank. Was he able to say it? He was not able to say it. Asanso Boachi, the same thing. He got the opportunity. They were asking him, tell the good people of Ghana, oh, akwanya na modema no ni ya yeni o. Ni ya yeni ti se na bomuka NDC for ka Mahama de no. Yensu ni ya yeni. But ubi so mo no mututu paso. Afe ni ye, afe ni ye be ye we. After 7 years, the train has left you guys. MPP will continue to be MPP. NDC will continue to be the party and the party that takes care of Ghanaians. And the Afrian and Namabreso till today. If you go and trace the history of Ghana, it is the NDC that will come and save Ghanaians. MPP will always come and mess it up. Debiameka said, it serves Ghanaians right sometimes. Why? Senka Yansisa Abaya, Emma Mahama Mfrisu, Amma Nana Addo Amba. And Kebeka said, Nana Addo was the only person who could have saved Ghana. We didn't see what John Mahama was doing. But God being so good, no, power changed hands in 2016, 2017. Nana Addo Abetina also with 123 ministers. We are in 2024. You ask them of their monumental projects, achievement, they cannot say it. But we will go about saying toilets. Toilet is for district assemblies. We are talking of national development project for the nation. Not toilets. Toilet is for DCE, local assemblies. And talk about toilet. This is the federal government, the government of Ghana. Come and tell Ghanaians. You are running away and you are telling Ghanaians they should give you more time. What time do you need? Somebody came 4 years. Look at what he did. You have 7 years in office and you still can't pinpoint some of the monumental projects that you have done in the country. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad the good people of Ghana are paying attention. They are watching. And I keep saying Ghanaians are now politically matured. So you coming to stand before them, hold the microphone, you can say all the sugar-coated words. But at the end of the day, when they go back home, they look at their pocket, they look at their quality of life they are leading. That will make a decision that they will let them go to the polls and go and cast their vote for the visionary leader. Only one and only one. I don't care about the adjectives people use to describe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But that man has exonerated, he has vilified himself as a statesman. That no question about that. This is a man who, 4 years, look at what he did for Ghana. It is there for everybody to see. And this is a government that came 7 years, going to 8 years. You ask them, what is it they have done? They cannot even mention it. They keep going around circles. It's unfortunate. So I'm appealing to the good people of Ghana. Please, this is not about tribe. This is not about your classmate. This is not about your family member. This is not about, oh, we go to the same church. No. Vote for somebody who has vision, somebody who has the nation at heart, somebody who will develop all facets of Ghana, not only one particular area where he comes from. Go and look at Bole Bamboy. What has President Mahama done there? Nothing. But he's a product of that area. Go and look at Bole Bamboy. He has done nothing because he looks at Ghana as a whole and not where he comes from. That is the kind of leader that you want. And so, therefore, we are appealing to the good people of Ghana. Yedi esichire, yedi a war. Yehu ensonsonya a war between a war and the esichire. Come December 7th, for the sake of Mother Ghana, ndada kontompo kohisem atrono adorson. Change leadership. Vote His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Na omra emetwa enyuma pana ostati yano. Se 2016. Yanye mistake nanke ya mana konya ema no twaso up to 2024 owie ni 8 years na nka ene Ghana ye krabehwe but ye hunu sa yesi sa no ene aban we obetena so wa twen ko echire 10 years backwards. 10 years from the year backwards. Intino Kingsley me de me anu besi ha na obi nso aba Thank you very much.
Papa. Yada Bibia say about to answer about here. Classical no so far 2-2. Real Madrid to Barcelona 2. Yada NDC Massachusetts ase. And yada honorable Fred Poku ase. Honorable Dr. Kwe. And 3MB consult. Maybe a message about free NDC Massachusetts just to show you, say, a Juma NDC Massachusetts here, and their contribution is monumental.
Equity and opportunity. Under the current NPP government, job opportunities and positions are offered to only a group of people, whilst qualifying people are turned away because they do not belong to a particular party. Under the NDC, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration, opportunities will be given to all who qualifies, irrespective of what political party you belong to, where you come from, or your status in society. There will be equity and transparency in the distribution of the national cake when voted into power. Eyezu, eyeza.
NDC Massachusetts there, Charlie, Mubo Jumapa, Yaminshamo, and Mamiko Rashid. Rashid, and Asama we are talking about the relocation of Ameri power plant, and of course the renaming. I will start with you, and then I'll play this video and start again. We talked about how President Kufuor came and renamed so many projects, and so let me play this one as well, and then now you put the two together.
University of Development Studies, Navrongo. You have changed it to CK Tandem University. Was that necessary? Was that necessary? Then, University of Development Studies, you have changed it to Simon Diadon Dombo University.
It's not Dombo, it's Dombo.
Dombo.
You know, as the MPP says,
which is easier
to, three names.
Which is easier to even pronounce. I attend University of Development Studies at Now, I attend Simon Diadon Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development. What kind of unnecessary stress is this? So these MPP people will not let us have peace. They want to stress us in every area of our lives. I mean, this is not funny. This is not funny.
No one is laughing.
This is a serious matter. It's not funny. What is the sense in this? What is the sense in this? MPP, what is this? And you've laughed, you are crying. Don't worry, to be well. Whole Technical University, Ephraim Amu Technical University, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Sunyani, Professor Kofi Abrefa Buzia University, University of Education, Winneba. How I used to love that place. I mean, my friends used to attend it. Oh, I attend University of Education at Winneba. So beautiful. Now, do you know the name? Akantan Apia Minka University of Skills and Entrepreneurial Development. University of Mines and Technology. George Grant University of Mines and Technology. When you know say?
Rashid Yanko.
Yeah, Mechia for greetings to the wonderful people of NDC Forum and my noble panelists. Just hey, so is this the country that we are living in as Ghana?
Because the people cannot produce anything, they cannot develop anything, they have to rename. NDC built NDP renames. NDC built NDP renames. How?
This is very serious yet funny, right? Because how can a government be in power and their main agenda is to be renaming and rebranding projects of the previous government where they deem it to be someone who is very incompetent? Like, incompetent, we're incompetent, ba niema odi ba e nyina no mo ba bia na mo sesandi ne na mo rebrande no aya na asem we wo kan na yeah, because they started from Ameri plant na or my relocate aba Kumasi no Paul ene Elias waka bebre nti me pese me se adaje me pese me boniema one or two bia o maka no so e kaye NDC for nko ankan hayen say ube movie plant from Abuaze Takra the western region e dey aba Ashanti region aba eno dey nkan problem because wohwe Ameri plant no strategic initiatives na ema de kofa ba Ghana na ye visionary and the nation builder John Mahama e kofa ba Ghana na yɛhwɛ a na ɛka ho sɛ saa Mary plant no, which is that thermal plant no, ɛbɛyɛ plant bi ɛbɛyɛ movable, right? As part of that strategic initiative no, ɛbɛyɛ movable because you need only a visionary leader to be this deep in some kind of thinking, right? In its own sense no, ɔdwene ho hu sɛ ɛbɛboa Ghanafoɔ ama saa adeɛ wei no, ɛkyinɛ bi koraa na ɛba sɛ yɛwɔ power crisis wɔ baabi ɛbɛtumi amu bi akɔ. And until NPP for a movie by Kumasi and say, a former president, the visionary and the nation builder, John Dramani Mahama. Ebeka said, MPP for no in their own wisdom, no money the anti then, movie into on the own can but yano the air can say Muba movie aqua. Dear ni a dear sense saying, say K1 TPP plant, Kumasi one thermal plant, Amoy and power plant and marine name. Ɛno koraa no sɛ nkanyɛ asɛm o but yɛhwɛ a yɛse nipa sɛ woyɛ ade a before sɛ obi bɛgyɛgye wo no yɛhwɛ deɛ woyɛɛ no no a ana ɛbɛma ɛnɛ yɛaka w'asɛm MPP foɔ baeɛ ɛbaa bɛn mu mfeɛ nson ni a wɔn kɔ nwɔtwe mu ni yɛhwɛ adeɛ na wɔn ayɛ wɔn baa project a former president ɛde just 4 years ɛbɛyɛ ɛde to wɔn a Ghanafoɔ no wɔn de 7 years abɛyɛ renaming ayɛ rebranding to that project ni nyinaa ɛnɛ deɛ nti wɔn yɛ saa deɛ ni nyinaa no hwɛ a deɛ trigger ayɛ paa recently videos bi ɛbaeɛ na regional minister of Ashanti region ɛne MP for Bantama ne ebusa wɔn sɛ Kumasi deɛ na mayɛ na Ashanti region wɔn nyɛ biribi nka no wɔn tena ho din na wɔn sɛ na adeɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ abatoɔ nso yɛ abɛn nti ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ biribi ma Kumasi foɔ na wɔn bɛyɛ biribi ama Kumasi foɔ a deɛ na ɛwɔ sɛ mo yɛ obi a woyɛ leader bi ɛwɔ sɛ woyɛ visionary te sɛ John Dramani Mahama na woyɛ creative enough sɛ de bɛyɛ a wobɛyɛ innovative na wode biribi ayɛ dɛn aba but saa MPP foɔ wei sɛdeɛ Elias kan we have the men and the women no tibon kɔsofoɔ nko a wɔn timi tena ase no mpanimfoɔ anaasɛ like wɔn team no kɔ tena ase a Kodwo Nsafoa ɔno ɔka ho ɔno yɛn gya no na wɔn bɛka nsɛm akɛseɛ no wɔn nyinaa ka ho wɔn kɔ tena adan mu no as part of their committee of power or manifesto committee no almost say I want to see a farm Mary plant now you be former president John Dramani Mahama any NDC for attempts so make this come we scan at the end na said your mama Mary plant in here no we are Ghana ni kra na utia say ade bia mfaso bia ni so man sem bebre committee ahodo almost set ye ntino obi a oyɛ reasonable bia etie saa ade no we say na Mary plant we dey na just NDC for discount pa fast forward a Mary plant here a mo hu say ye discount na den na mo ko hia ye no mantimi amfa adwen foforo bi amma say ye betimi de bibia aba Kumasi kra ye mfa ade foforo bi mbra ade bi e be different thermal plant e di beba but omuni enisuade hunu anase omunye creative enough ntino a omadwene nyina asa copy and paste NDC form ko NDC for book man answer the NDC for I almost ade we ye betimi use but mo men sending no said ye be ya ye betimi dia to saa ye tracker no so me say ya nche kra obehu se saa ade we o maye no omo de betwa ho pictures say omo commission ye ade a ya commission da dance nka ye saa commission MPP for nko an be ye saa ade no omo saa commission project we ama ye kan say Omaba mpanimfo ahyiahia hye suit ne nimonyamfo ahemfo nyina betena ase entimi anhwɛ omanim anka ne kra nkyerɛ sɛ de mu yɛ enye ɛno na kyerɛ sɛ Ghana na yɛ wɔ ne yɛmpɛ ne korɛ Ghana na yɛ wɔ na ya na yɛ meya because ɛyɛ akwam sɛ asɛ NDC is fighting against opposition and these traditional council leaders even religious leaders in United, they say, NDC is trying to prove them wrong, but almost any time they are trying to sabotage us because we shall marry plenty or dia bear. Like, what you know, I want to say, Nanka say, Ubehwe say, would be before from because the position of the Ameri plant at Abuazi was a strategic position, right? Nearest to gas supply. Sa gas supply, no, yamfa nkosi okekeke obi o visionary bia ya economics kakra wo ya dia nearest to the market ne sa na ma no saa de ni nti ne ye movies our project no friend is Ameri plant ne de kwa Abuazi said be nearer to the power supply at Abuazi na yetimi reduce some kind of recurring expenditure. Sameka the yemfa ne sa aba Kumasi said be transfer gas ne sa na ma ni nyina ma na bana. The recurrent expenditure no over time no be bro the capital expenditure e din care no. As part of the costing of it no, Kojo Nsafwa, who is the chairman of the NDC manifesto, MPP manifesto for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia on power. No, Ebejina Oka say, or her power now, he said he had torn 510 million, and Kawasi has torn 290. Minim the NT Oki Kasa, and a minim the NT or no as well expert in power, minim so I am accounting that. Some of these things, layman term, but technically in accounting, we call something international financial reporting standards. An international financial reporting standard, which is the IFRS 9, talks about financial instruments. And in financial instrument, there is a component called financial liability, which this Ameri plant was a financial liability to Ghana as a country. So every financial liability is initially recognized at and recorded as what? Fair value. And it amortized cost over time. In layman's term, Osha uko to ade na uko free a uni sika nti na we den uko free sa time na ye koje sa time plant na ba no na Ghana fo ni sika nti ye den uko free no ye si etua ne kakra finance cost interest rate ni ade nyina be ba beka by the time na e betua wie sa BBOT no build own operate and transfer no a e betua wie no untimi en compare to the current market price of the item at its your friend is saying current price, because any year that but it's say Arabia no mumbu Ghana for say Ghana for we don't know anything. So they will just bring out something. Say they be on the bed that Ghana for my Ghana for say ye diska cra said the mobile kind dear na ene e see who quite say sa Mary plant and went to me and who say him dear no amfa bibi fufra ba my barber rename I rebranding said the anymore no. Now me co video a KINGSLEY boy and with the renaming of some of these things. I am crack. Adeɛ baako a ɛbɛkae MPP over the last 7 years and say ɔmo baa yɛ kyɛ sɛ ɛdin asesa nko ara na ɔmo yɛyɛ even koraa no sɛ wɔbɛhwɛ a Flagstaff House ɔmo sesa de kɔ Jubilee House University of Energy and Natural Resources a yɛbɛsi yɛ ɔmo sɛ Ghana NDC government na abere bi ɔmo bɛba na ɔmo try sɛ ɔmo de universities bi ɔmo bɛ build universities bi de aba ne abɛ build ɛde din kamakama ato so abere bɛsi to the institution yɛn so institution wei deɛ ɔkɔ a energy ne natural resources no almost steady almost say na yentu ne din Kofi Abrefa Buzi a odwene ho a wonte ase minim de nti omo yes ade no University of Development Studies na Vrongo almost say CK Tandem University ade ende minim de ha omo ana omo nim say saa omo nkofo omo founding fathers na omo MPP mu omo ka say omo na eye Ghana na ase den on ade bi wo ho ampanimfo ani say NDC fo ene ye ka de mo ye no obi esi ade edi yɛmfa ne sɛ borɔno no din ato so sɛ bi a UDS na Vrongo ne ade aden na wobɛsesa de obi a sɛbi yɛnhu adepa bi a wayɛ aboa Ghana na wode ne din ɛto so yɛhwɛ Tamale Sports Stadium a Aliu Mahama O Technical University Efremamu Technical University University UMAT bɛsesa ne din sɛ George Grant UPSA na opoku amponsa menim edin no kro de toto so no and sometimes we need to look at it from a perspective that this rebranding and this naming, the cost component ni sika nkofo we are saying ho ye kasa mo fa budget mbra sai sika no nkom betimi dia kosi university ana say saa niema na omo sesa di ni bi eden e wo baabi so oba saa digitalization friend is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enina mo kekan ka yi service KINGSLEY you are aware yiservice.com Yeah, build the idea, come, streamlining all the applications in the public and the private sector. And no mobile no best sanity say Ghana.gov. Ede dada Ghana for no more, no more names all click it. Your friend is saying e-services and so on. A very directive to the Ghana.gov, no, the same, so, or more, yeah, dear crime, I believe said they don't take Ghanaians and they have been taking Ghanaians for granted for a very long time because idea we will be our own basic IT be a catcher. I say idea we make click is what they make call Hanum into no akeke and my bear rebranding and that rebranding no, it is costing us. And you say be a just idea be or more rebrand you. Who could basically dear on the SR branding? Yeah, some get to last 2 months, then you say tap and go. You name him say, Lolo, a bus system, no, almost a sign it didn't rebrand. And we need to Ghanaians and NDC for what's penny for Ghana, 80 million kind of criteria MPP government we say, yes, most be because scar
Exactly.
form Munsem the doors of power.
Yeah.
MPP scar form Munsem, and yes, Kaketwa. Ah, Munama, the BR branding, and the Sanya Marine naming, no more, yeah, no more says cano. They need to be very like I was here all the two because you know what I want to say this rebranding renaming no ukɔhwɛ sika akɔ a ɛnyɛ sika ketewa yɛ sika nka ɛbɛtumi de astarte biribia nketenkete na ɛkyena bi ayɛ infrastructure a ɛbɛtumi agyina so npp foɔ wei no mehu ne sɛ ɔmo adwene ne sɛ ghanafoɔ ani nteɛ sɛdeɛ ɔmo adaadaa ghanafoɔ no ɔmo kɔ so adaadaa ɔmo because abatoɔ ɛyɛ aduru hɔ nom but ghanafoɔ yɛsrɛ mo yɛka akyerɛ mo npp no deɛ ɛkɔ so no yɛn nyinaa yɛwɔ ghana hwɛ w'asetena mu na hwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so no busa ho sɛ npp deɛ na wode baayɛ sɛ npp gyina hɔ ka kyerɛ wo sɛ or the friend is saying K1 TPP aba Kumasi a sini who ne ka kyerɛ ne sɛ na wo na wotɔ ya na ya Mary plant na your former president de ba ya mu gyina wo ka sɛ wo diska na no ano makɔfa aba ye nti asɛm a wo bɛka na transfer no kura hwesika wo mabɔ no ho ɛka wo over $30 million ɛka wo mabɔ sɛ sika wo nyɛ sika ketu e sika a ebetimi a complete central market John Dramani Mahama esi kejetia no MPP for ye o madwen sɛ ɔmo so be bibia Kumasi for nti ɔmo nso bɛsi central market ɔmo displace dwadifo ni bebree free central market ɛna me ne wo kasa ebi afa mu awu ɛnɛ kɔhɛ nkantankanta na ɛda so nam 7 years ni 8 years na ɔmo nyɛ hwee ba de bi sika kɛseɛ na ɔmo de rename hwɛ 38 million na anaasɛ 34 million yɛ ɔmo de ayɛ saa ɔmo de transfer ɔmo betumi de complete central market ama me maame me nua no me wɔ fa mo etumi akɔ central market akɔtoa ɔmo dwadie so nti ɛnɛ no mesrɛ mo wo Kumasi mo ɔmo mbɛdaadaa mo ɔmo ni hwee ɔmo mfa ade foforo bi ama Kumasi ɛyɛ nneɛma na your former president a ɔyɛ visionary ɔde baayɛ within 4 years no ɔmo de 7 to 8 years rename saa nneɛma no ana ɔmo de yɛ na ɔmo daadaa na ɔmo twa ho picture ɛde bɛtoto adeɛ mu adeɛ baako a mepɛ sɛ meka ho ɛkyerɛ Ashanti region foɔ ne sɛ NDC foɔ MPP foɔ start yɛ propaganda bi ɛwɔ social media no so etwitwa picture ɛtutu wɔ sɛ ɔmo complete project bi ne ade na nsɛn wobɛkɔ social media even cry yɛ friend is saying asenso boachi ebusa na ɔmo sɛ ɔmo si so am interchange minim sɛ makenkan ne baabi me sɛ ɔmo boa si ɔmo hu obi o Kumasi bia betimi akɔ soame akɔ yɛmfa chance yi kra ntwa ho na ɔmo aka kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo bewie soame interchange ntro ne adaadaa na ɔmo gusu ka na nsɛn kurofo m kwan me sɛ abɛda social media so kwan kama yɛsɛ ayɛ kwan mekɔfa so KINGSLEY ɔmo nyɛ hwee nti saa daadaa na ɔmo gusu daadaa Kumasi fo minim de nti a ɔmo yɛ Kumasi anaasɛ Ashanti region fo saa because Ashanti region fo ama ɔmo kwan ma NPP fo atake ɔmo for granted nti saa deɛ na ɔmo gusu yɛ den ɛyɛ ɔmo fa ade foforo bi ambrɛ mo woka sɛ deɛ nana Addo ɛde ayɛ ne kurom kyɛ bi hɔnom no entumi fa bi mba Ashanti region na busa ho sɛ ɛdi ntra ntumi deɛ mesrɛ mo Ghana foa titiri Ashanti region mo yɛmbie yɛn ni yɛhu deɛ ɛkɔ so ankasa bie wɔ hwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ asetena mu na gyina so fa to abapa tini KINGSLEY menka bebree no ma memfa ma no nsi na ɔboa fonto aso thank you
yeah me that's papa classico no ye da bia we kama Real Madrid hala Madrid they wini hwɛ me da bibia say mogo so amotie yen e wo Highlife radio so me call Paul so Paul the renaming from the video that I just played we've talked about this thing already just if anything you want to add anything to it before we go to the next topic.
No, I think my colleagues have added more to it. Just that we thank God that the visionary leader His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has shown the light. So the NPP should learn, and they should learn how to concede defeat. They should learn how to admit and appreciate. They should learn how to say, you've done a good job. I expect, and I use this platform to appeal to Addo Baumia to come out and apologize to the good people of Ghana about the many lies they told when this Ameri Day was going to go online. Thank you.
Let me go to Ilyasu, if you want to add anything to the renaming part, and then we can just go to the next step.
Yeah, it is just inconceivable because the video that you played, you see the lady, she was even laughing.
Right.
Is that a serious government? You want power, and the good people of Ghana have vested their power in your hands. Can't you be creative, conceive something, and also what? Say that this is what we have also done. But you come and then be changing names and rebranding them. That is, to me, it amounts to wasting of taxpayers' money. I yield, and let's proceed to the next topic.
All right. So let's talk about this thing. Captain Smart made a statement that John Mahama is wiser than all the members of the NPP put together. Let me see if I can find the video and play it, and then we can get onto it.
From the president to the assemblyman of this government, which Mahama nyansem 3, umunya 1. Memi nyandisini, memi mpe. Ba ufa danado dankwa akufado, His Excellency, Fad Mahama Dubaumia, efa napo, ufa finance minister waba fufri, ufa duchum, what's some ministers, the chief of staff.
Paul, let me start with you. Captain Smart is an MPP, a very popular MPP guy. He is saying that. Okay, let me just leave it to you, Paul. What is your take on this?
Well, I shared in the view of Captain Smart because, look, when you look at the, evidential and identifiable project infrastructures, that was.
Paul, I don't know if you have muted yourself again. Check.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Paul.
I'm saying that I totally agree with Captain Smart because when you look at the developmental project initiated within the 3.5 years that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was in power. Don't forget, for the first 6 months they were in court. They said they didn't accept the results. So in fact, the visionary leader spent 3 years, 6 months to build and to put up those monumental infrastructures that we are seeing all around. So for me, I agree. The question over here is, the NPP told us that they have the men. They have the men. Where are the men? The men they have, that's what we are seeing inflation, which went as far as 54%, and now it's almost 25%. They have the men. They have the men. Dollar was 12 cedis. A dollar was 4.3. As a dollar is almost 14 cedis. We have the men. We have the men. Banking lending rate has shoot up almost 35%. We have the men. We have the men. We have the men. Insecurity is what is happening in Ghana. We have the men. We have the men. We have the available installed capacity of power. But because of the mismanagement, inefficiency, the corruption, lack of funds, they are not able to power the plant to produce electricity for the good people of Ghana. So for me, based upon, the evidential things that we are seeing, based upon what we are all seeing with our eyes, I think I totally agree with Captain Smart that, this MPP batch of people who call themselves, we have the men, they are nothing to write home about. Thank you.
Ilyasu, your take on the statement Captain Smart made.
Okay, so it's interesting. Like you rightly said, everybody knows where Captain Smart stands when it comes to political affiliations. So for him to come out as a Ghanaian to make this emphatic statement, I think he has been bold enough, and I applaud him. If we will get Ghanaians that will put their party colors aside and then come out and speak truth to power, just as Captain Smart said, I think Ghana will move forward. Then seeing it naked that these people are failing, and when they get the opportunity to hold the microphone, they come and stand there and be throwing dust in the eyes of public. I don't think that is helping Ghana's what we call political dispensation. So what Captain Smart said, I agree. Why? This is a government that when they were in opposition, they chastised the then former government led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Oh, you're clueless and you're incompetent. Baby, or the economy, Nikono. But when Mahama was in power, the cedi to the dollar was 1:4. Today is 1:14. Look at the level of insecurity in the country. Party activities have guns in their hands. They go about terrorizing ordinary Ghanaians and nobody will dare challenge them. People just wake up and speak. Power belongs to the people. When they give you power, yours is to govern. And what is governing? Make life easy and attractive to every Ghanaian. Show Ghanaians that, oh, you gave us the power. This is what we are doing. Look at the standard of living of Ghanaians today. It does not affect only NDC. It affects every Ghanaian. Is crying in Ghana today because of what? The incompetency of this government. So if Captain Smart is coming out, it is a fact and it is out of frustration that the visionary leader, John Dramani Mahama, as my colleague just said, 3.5 years, because the first 6 months, he was in court because they were challenging the election results. But look at what John Dramani Mahama was able to do for Ghana. And you guys, 7 years fast forward in office, you still cannot come up with 1/10 of what John Dramani Mahama did, and you are claiming you have the men, NDC for Unko School, and the NDC for Nima Kankai, but I bet you the table has turned. We have proven beyond all reasonable doubts that NDC have the men, NDC have the women, NDC for Unko School, NDC for Kankai Eti Niamasi, NDC for have critical thinking skills, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, visionary leader with critical thinking skills. That is why he was able to move Ghana forward. This incompetent government came into power till today, like we said. Ask any of their political appointees, what is it that you have done for Ghana? 7 years in power, they will just be jumping from here to there. They have nothing to show. So if Captain Smart is saying this, I agree with him, because it did not take him just a day for him to come up with this statement. He has followed this government for 7 good years and they have nothing to offer. All that they can offer is what we are seeing now. So I yield for somebody else to come in.
Rashid, my member also, Captain Smart, NPP ni kama. I can't ask him.
Captain Smart, you will be any stands that. So NPP ni mapa. I even cry no. Omu we are Ghana for sika ede kusi cathedral and okoswa cement was here. Say or the kwa kupushisa agenda no. To be any ntiene. So be trying to ho aba be di san komo we ya. Na kire say niema bi na ekoso ama na gina so keka sansem no. De na yehu ne Ghana no enna edi adanse a Captain Smart dey ka sansem because ena de na yehu ne Ghana. Say na ye behwa a Ghana na ye wo no. Wo hwa MPP for we ba abemu no. Over the past 7 years no. Say enimde ani nyansa ana ye di tu oman edi tumpon nti se wuli da no ye de saa woni o cabinet nyina e kam nyina bom na ye hwe ade amaye na ye de compare the former president within that less than 4 years the oye na enne de be gina so amaye timi asese hu se nimde nipa we we nimde o nimde sene sankofo we nyina no krede ne ehu MPP for ba abem no mbe dada Ghana fo bebre say omo be move from there taxation to production me boana ombe keka sansem we kire Ghana for ama na de ne ehu ene levies awodo ne taxes awodo a omo de aba Ghana no e bin si da nti saa nipa we obi a kine bi obegina wani mu be kan asem akire we se wutie dabi ko nipa no nyansa bia ne tirim na ndada nko a na woni tirim de onim hu nyansa ne so obedada nipa ebiem no omo saa ka kire ye se omo nko IMF da ekeka ho nsem ade a ekeka nsem akese bebre se nko IMF benedi ani hu ye omakọ ama enne me de emi ye friend is saying nanado they say wono na ada na ye friend is agenda boy ama IMF wo ukọ trader na nsen ya omo saa elect isa IMF director maame no yesa appointing say won to ne dwumadie so no oh hype man nanado on na hype man oba Twitter ana o push agenda na o ye da wasese obeba abeboa ne ade oboa ska na ogusu epe no honom se ska bia ka wiem nti ogusu agenda boy de nkrankra ye we wobɛtumi de no atoto yɛ former president John Dramani Mahama. There be wontumi fa no ntoto no ne cabinet ministers na wokɔ ɔmo bom a wontumi fa ntoto ɔmo because ɔno no deɛ ɔkaa so ɔbɛyɛ no koraa no wantumi anyɛ. Ɛne yɛhwɛ ne sɛ economic indicators ɛwɔ Ghana. Yɛhwɛ friend is saa depreciation ne appreciation of the cedi a ɔmo bɛka nsɛm bebree na ɛyɛ 3.8 yɛnhu deɛ na friend is Bahumia yɛhu deɛ Bahumia bɛka ɛbɛkeka nsɛm no book mu economics Bahumia deɛ book mu economics ne book mu baba ɔba bɛka akyerɛn afei deɛ gya dwumadie no hyɛ ne nsɛm a na afei deɛ ɔtoto paapaa so nipa wei wobɛtumi de na toto yɛ former president ɔno ɔbaayɛ sika kakra a wonyaayɛ no wotimi de infrastructure kasa infrastructure ne disca o wotimi de infrastructure bebree sisi niam MPP for ɛbaayɛ no saa basic infrastructures na your former presidency no ɛno na ɔmo live on it ɛno na ɔmo de ɛyɛ ɔmo nneɛma a sustain ɔmo timi yɛ nneɛma a ɔmo yɛ nti no me no Captain Smart bɛka asɛm wɔ ɛnyɛ ade foforɔ bia na ɔhwɛ me Bahumia koraa na Bahumia per se no wode yɛmfa Bahumia nsi hɔ sei yɛmfa no ntoto a former president wɔn sɛ Bahumia ɔyɛ just minim sɛ political joker bi ana ɔne nam Ghana na ama Ghana for nso yɛntimi nka no kora nkyerɛ no a menhu because Bahumia nsɛm a ɔka nyinaa no ebu abɔ no a ɔsɔre yɛ me economic wizard ana ɔde bia ɔno na ma lectures no ɔnam ha no ɔka sei obi a yɛyi wo sɛ bra bɛboa Ghana economy ɛnɛ Ghana economy no ɛte sɛn Bahumia saa bɛma ho lectures ne yɛhu nipa wɔ yi nti adwene bɛn paa na wɔ ne tirim dabi John Dramani Mahama less than 4 years na ɛde maa no what the toto saa nkɔfu ways almost 8 years na ɛde ama ɔmo na ɛno na beti mama Captain Smart egyina so ehu sɛ woka ɔmo nim dia na sɛ ɔmo nyansa nyina bɔ ma ɛnto yɛ former president John Dramani Mahama because the last year na onyae no wotumi invest in infrastructure some bebree ɛkyɛn MPP for ɔmo baayɛ sika ɔmo nya no wɔ Ghana na ebi nsi da sika ɔmo nya no Ghana ebi nsi da but na mprepi no bisa ho sɛ na saa sika we dia na ɔmo de bɛyɛ deɛ na ɔmo de bɛyɛ ɛyɛ free education anaasɛ digitalization ɔmo de bɛyɛ anaasɛ one district one factory na ɔmo de bɛyɛ anaasɛ one constituency $1 million ɛno na ɔmo bɛyɛ there be saa nneɛma no nyinaa adaadaa na ɔmo de bɛdaadaa Ghanafoɔ yɛnhyɛ dan hu ade papa bi a ɔmo ayɛ ne sɛ ɔmo ba bɛsɛe yɛ system na ma yɛ kora nti no Captain Smart odika
that's papa again yada bibi ase this week, you got say Ghana for Kotor train. As for my take on the many other issues that my colleagues have said, I think that they've said it all. Let's keep it going. One finance minister, Mr. Finance Minister, railway minister, John Peter Mewu, I call postie on social media. I say the person was unpatriotic. The person who parked the trailer on a distance and post the picture there to give the scenario as though they took picture of what have happened, and people started sharing it quickly. And many of us said, like, let's be careful because the NPP is noted for creating some of these fake stories. And then, and I'm saying all of this to come to what the NPP started with, the plagiarism, photoshopping, and lying to the people of Ghana. And then so when he realized that he was caught, because that picture was coming from 2009, somebody posted it on social media. So for you to be telling us today, said that is a picture from 2024, it was baffling. So Joy FM called him, and this was his words.
The picture on your Facebook, just to elaborate and clarify the situation, what exactly was it?
In fact, I haven't even seen the picture myself, so maybe I have to get to my Facebook post. I think somebody managed that Facebook. I've not seen it. But the picture I saw on the social media was a Photoshop of a vehicle they put across the line. You can see that is not even the point. That's not kilometer 76.
And that was my interaction with Railway Minister Peter Mewu. Meanwhile,
there is so much in there. One, he said he did not see the picture on his social media page. Very interesting. Secondly, he said he thinks somebody managed his page. He doesn't know. He thinks, I'm going to play it again. He said he thinks somebody managed his page. He doesn't seem to know.
The picture on your Facebook, just to elaborate and clarify the situation, what exactly was it?
In fact, I haven't even seen the picture myself, so maybe I have to get to my Facebook post. I think somebody managed that Facebook. I've not seen it. But the picture.
He said he thinks. Somebody. Hey, SSLO. Look, you see, no matter how stupid you are, huh? Even President Biden is aware. Whether somebody manages his page or he does himself. President Trump, we all know that he posts his own stuff himself. And if you are a minister, one, you didn't even see, you didn't even approve things that go on a social media page, and you don't even know whether somebody manages it or not. That is scary. And now that begs the question that as Ghanaians, where are we consuming our information from? Let me start from Rashid, then I'll go to Paul. Rashid, your take on this matter. The train accidents and all the things that can happen. Because, by the way, many people are also saying that the MPP, because remember, this was just the head. It wasn't the entire train. So it's as if somebody did some calculated work such that not to cause minimum damage so that we can go for maximum profit. Rashid, let me start with you.
Insurance. Thank you, Kingsley. Yes, I same we cry. Yet you can't be shame. Yanam Juana, yet say MPP for more bots, no, some social media for no post to, and a trainer, Baumia Mokofa bar, Nanuiano, boat to be Obia Colusulu, boat to be or rails and also Amanakunya accident. The first information you buy, no. Maybe or X some more, Twitter some more, and answer information. And when I started, almost started post to say, oh, train be aba NDC phobi. Ako almost can say almost say NDC phobi and a loose boat be was hard in him. I fed the anche. You see NDC nibi edit friend is saying Kia. I be see quaining. Yan fan say, yeah, social media agenda boys and no mu isi omo. Yan can't be shame now. Friend is saying road friend is saying transport minister, right? And the railway minister Peter Amewu. Ebe post 2 year. Media minim so on his social media handles. He posted with some captions. Ebe can send be on patriotic and the not say omo can send chichi. And channel yi say friend is saying unim say what delete here free ni so.
Oh yes, chef.
Before say oba be din komo joy news no kra we delete here free on. But the underlying issue is this accident na isi no. Obi or a patriotic citizen, our Ghana ni bia bedia tum say adie we no adie bia because adie bia at least the $1 crown akoto Ghana for taxpayers money. Instead na the Ghana for sika be akoto adie Ghana ni adwene woni tim so wo hyeda akoye sa adie we. Esi prekupanya agenda bi no mu pushi adie we esi prekupa, we need to ask the right questions. No, or must start MPP for na start attack the friend is saying information be to amount for trim say NDC for any pabone for no man amasa accident nesi. Abra, we have some basic underlying questions that we see busa say must more conduct safety checks and they on the ina. Dear Pana, what's more testing trainer? What's more conduct safety checks because it's something new, right? Something new that you want to do. So there need to be an initial safety checks throughout the railway because it has not been functioning. So you need to make sure that everything is in line before you start the operation. But that should be the focal point of this investigation. Then see a best start to say where do we see and where I say also my divert Ghana for adjourning if the basic questions I was here because accident we see accident ben here train airbar at maybe almost 35 kilometers per hour said and now enim kakra bi na at TIS time bi abra train we no say ye hwem pa KINGSLEY me no ye be hu say scanner ye de to train we sa project we no on same way wo kan na obi gina o say adan bibia John Dramani Mahama na John ampon no na ye ono na size scanner oje to honom the year 2015 2016 on na edi ani maje size scanner say ye de be sa project no from your friend is saying what's the name Tema 2 I think Volta region ho baby now connected the your friend is saying Gusa from the port to the northern part of Ghana. That was the initial plan of the project. But MPP for way bar bemuno. Omong say near time will call almost shed on your shintino. Or must start say, hey, yeah, near maybe intent. I will say sometimes, and if you are doing something, you need to have time and conduct your DD, your due diligence first. You need to conduct it very well, critically, and make sure that everything will be in operation effectively and efficiently. Because we have some uncle for MPP for you, any even accident we see train we are some now we have said here. In summer MPP 400 no our ministers be kika minim the entire also omunya narrative be say eh NDC for na betima masa ade we esi even kura say ka na be si sa kwan mu a ade na also be nya adwunu be say NDC for enya agenda bi na nkofo we plot eto yeso because say MPP for we ni anim omo yinim de ombetima ye omo ya kontompofo ya adadaafo enti no saa agenda na ọma start push a yesi akọchi obi ajele no nti yembusi ehun se nti ọma jele nipa no nti eno ano no ana journalist e Ghana nso mbusa the right question for press and to so adan na e was ade we si musi akọchi nipa ba ko mienu bi ajele om nti eno ano no, this can never be the end of it because say no crisis ade we esi a e was here conduct checks because na nka nipa mpo ebetimi afamu ayeden ewu mo abetena ho ekeka nsem akese kire Ghana for say ana ade we esi omo nko na nim de omo ye but personally no me hu ni say there is some foul play agenda bi koso a me nim de ntia omo ye saa de no say omo pese omo ye bibi e de say NDC for di ana say then saa krankra gimmicks ne saa you know omo take Ghana for granted na Ghana for any ati o omunja san komo no omudidi no ana nipa no MPP ni e North Town NDC ni North Town constituency member branch ni nyina anye no kre like fact ni e da ho no menye no kre but me hu ni say is some kind of agenda omo pese omo de to Ghana for tim say NDC for nye ni papa ana omo ahye da ahye saa de no e de be saa de no but I believe say Ghanaians are wise enough to know that this MPP government can never be trusted and whatever they are doing for us to ask the right questions ebebusa so mbehwe mu afine say omu control bibia police military security ne judiciary ne nti omu take bibia for granted nti no the right questions na yebusa no omu nye nti omu etima for obi say ya fine no ye de na kotum 6 months na no no but I believe say Ghanaians are wise enough to know that this is just some strategy for the MPP to overlook the important and basic questions that needs to be asked if an investigation is to be conducted. Thank you.
What was interesting to me, and even though yes, the track owner has spoken, and his explanation makes sense if that is the truth, but because clearly it makes sense, and then which begs the question: say, why is it that there is no markings as to the height clearance written clearly on the bridge? But that aside, in my mind, the reason why I think that this could be a plotted, cooked, delivered by MPP machinery to raise more money for themselves is that MPP, even toilet, they want to make pop and pageantry. Toilet, they want to shout about it. Even things they've not even done. Baumia will climb a stage right now. The people of Cape Coast, there is good news for you. We are about to do this for you. Things that they will not even do, they will shout about it. Look at National Cathedral that the MP did nothing about. Look at the public pageantry. These are the people who went for loan from IMF and ate KK at a ceremony. How is it that this train that is going to go through many constituencies, the MPP didn't put their flag on it, they didn't do anything, the minister was not sitting in it? I am saying there is too many questions to be answered. Let me
and even before Ilyasu comes in, you know, the kind of noise these people are making on some mediocre projects is so unbelievable. Because if you look at during John Mahama's tenure, we did this Kojo Chrome Railway, and it is not just small locomotives. So train and kasa utumu say akese by hu de makofa ade we a mo se mo to 12 so makofa ba ko pena be si Ghana na my hu de dia na mafa kwan bi so be. So we need to look at this MPP and tell them in the face that this kind of mediocre achievement in omode da Ghana for yen hu sika na omaje no yen hu sika na omaje no. Yeah.
Eliasu yanko
yo medasi ni akonya odi amame Rashid medasi na waka no. It's unfortunate John Mahama Breso, Tano Chrome, Kujo Chrome, railway track. We all saw it. Several the people of Western region. Yes, a pilot project. This was something that was conceived and implemented, and it served the people of Western region. But what was that? Assembia ba. Na just as you said, no. Same way, me dwene ho amentiase e na metiase nso a ayese ma nyene ho. Because number one, a whole Minister of Railway and Transportation, or Facebook page, you don't even know what information is posted there. Number two, we see Obina air managing. This will never happen in America here. Say a congressman and a minister of will say, "Oh, I'm not aware of what is being posted on my Facebook page." It's only in Ghana and the NPP that you will hear this. And to me, say Honukrano, that it raises a red flag. Number two, okay. Pilot project here, my point is this. Did they establish any security perimeter? Did they establish security perimeter? Because before they will cordon off an area project way so that there will be nothing of this sort happening. But and you are quick to come out and start accusing the opposition for Ghanaians to see, say, oh, NDC for NMP at the papa. There is a lot of questions.
Rashid, even in the US, when they are trying to test some of these lines, you see, I don't know if you know, they use these trucks, pickup trucks.
Of course, that's what I was saying.
Rails on it,
with rails on it on the tracks.
That goes clearing the way because there is so many things that could go wrong.
That can go wrong.
Even the people who worked on the lines, they leave machines, they leave metals and things. So
equipment.
The first one goes on before the train itself will come through to test the line.
Yeah. Okay. So this is exactly what I was saying. New train ahead. They have that machine with the railway, rolls on it that will go around and go around the track, the kilometers or miles that they are going to do the testing. A bit clear road, a bit cost MOB and say, oh, everything is clear, 10-4. And sana the real machine, they are putting into test. But did we do that? Yeah, and an accident you see, the question I'm asking again, did we cordon off that area? Maybe an accident because maybe NTSB, National Transportation and Safety Board. The first thing they'll come, they will cordon that perimeter, so that evidence will not be compromised. And we see it here every day. Did we do that in Ghana? No. But we started playing blame game. So that is where I smell foul play. Number two, are we going to look into any serious investigation to see what happened? Safety measures, man, any share and sana accident we see here. You see, we are eluding all those things, but we are putting blame on somebody. Into all these things, if you add them together, to me, so as a man, I smell the rat, just as my colleague said. They have to justify it. Justify it. This is a government in power. Some person launching such a monumental project. What are the safety precautions I'm putting in place? That is the question that I am asking as a Ghanaian. Again, safety precautions, and some safety precautions, and we shouldn't have been where we are today. And I want to mention KINGSLEY.
Yeah.
We live in America, we see it every day. Red flag, no, the name according that whole area. No, if it is a whole trail track that they have to decommission for that day, they will reroute the train routes. No matter just when is under maintenance. Your friend is saying checks be ahead. But did we do that? No, but we are quick to go and arrest an innocent Ghanaian because you are presumed innocent until found guilty. Now you are labeled so or belonging to the NDC. Into no pay or money. There are a lot of unanswerable questions surrounding this whole saga. It is the real minister and transport should come out clearly and tell us towards testing this railway head one of their projects. What were the precautionary measures they put in place? Safety measures. Was anything there? If he is yes, they should publish it for every Ghanaian to see. If it was not there, then I call the people's head must be rolled. People's head needs to be rolled. we shouldn't let this go down the drain because at was and dabene etubetwa etu ntwada because we'll be open your opportunity piano. Let's do something to make money out of it. And you know, if you ask me my take, we need to deep into this than what they are telling us. What they are telling us to me, I don't buy it. It is always a political gimmick that they are playing. Thank you, and let somebody also come in.
Paul, let's go.
Yeah, Kingsley. Well, I think my colleagues have made a lot of, intelligent and very, convincing, argument over here this evening, including yourself. Looking at the scenario surrounding this train accident saga, you could see that the DD done was, has exposed, the government has exposed the minister for railway, has exposed the media itself. Look, the DD done. What was the motivating me and the DD done? Before you do such or before you run such a test run, okay, due diligence is something that is key, okay. Number one, what due diligence did they put in place to ensure that the line on which they're going to run this train was cleared? Because don't forget, it's a new line, it's a new railway line that they built, okay. They've not been used for some time, so obviously it is possible. It is possible. Ghanaians, as we are, possible that some Ghanaians might, relocate and then put structures on it and all those stuff. The question which has not been answered, and I've not heard, I've listened to different reportage, but none of the reportage is saying that they had a test transmission done by running through the railroad before trying to put the actual train on the rail. I don't know about that. That's number one. Number two, the question we are asking, the due diligence, what due diligence did the Minister of Railway, Peter Mewu, did before posting that Photoshop on his Facebook page? For him coming to tell us somebody managed his Facebook page, simply confirm and go back to confirm what Captain Smart said in the video played earlier on. These people, they are not smart. They are the most incompetent, the most, visionless, and the most unintelligent bunch of leadership we have. If as a leader, as a minister of state, in charge of railways, and you are telling us that, yes, somebody managed your Facebook account, which you are telling us is that you don't even know what goes on. So therefore, if you don't know what goes on, once it is in your name and you've admitted that somebody manages for you, any responsibility, anything that is posted there, you have to take some responsibility for it. So for him to come and admit that yes, it was a Photoshop, to simply tell the good people of Ghana how deceitful, how misinformation that these people have shared all over. For me, the posterity statement that His Excellency made is judging all these people. They keep on lying, they keep on exposing themselves day in, day out. The expose has become a thing of the past, whereby every hour there's a statement that is coming from this government, which is a lie. Now, let me address, the media. The media also, I think, did not do it diligent. Joy FM, City FM, Asempa FM, all those media houses that reported on the issues, including the NDC owned media houses. Did we take our time to ask the necessary questions that Rashid has asked, Eliasu has asked, you've asked, and I am asking? Did we ask all these diligent questions before we came out putting this out in the public domain? For me, I'm still not convinced. I think nobody over here on this platform, nor the NDC, will say that, NDC is against this government. So we're going to, set up disaster to destroy something that they use the taxpayers' money to buy. Nobody will do that. For me, if, whoever the track belongs to, whoever parked the track over there, they need to face the full rigors of the law. Nobody should take, or nobody should try to play or tell it to NDC, NPP politics. For me, it's very, very unfortunate that the NPP robots, the Facebook robots, who are there, have nothing to do, they try to tell lies. They started it, but I'm happy that the NDC has countered it and has putting the set the record straight. Okujatus constituency, North Tongue have come out with a letter to state that there is not this name mentioned in the publication on Peace FM and all those radio stations, None of these people are executives, nor even members of the NDC. And that has set the record straight. For me, I think Parliament and the Committee for Roads and Transportation in Parliament should call the minister for him to come and answer questions. They should call the minister, and then these questions that we are all asking should be asked the minister. You see, they were saying that the picture was captured from the camera in the train. So me, the question I asked the robots on Facebook is that, okay, if there's a camera in the distance, how come it's just captured the picture? You cannot see audio visual. You understand? There are a lot of questions that if you ask, they are not able to provide answers, which leads to us not believing what has happened. But I'm a Ghanaian, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not true. We've all seen it. But those people who did not do their work well and caused this disaster should be held responsible. And I personally think Peter Mewu has been shown that he's irresponsible. He's very deceitful. For him to come and sit on a national radio like Joy FM to tell us that somebody manages his Facebook and doesn't even know what goes on there, it's irresponsibility to the highest level, and it should not be tolerated. We will not accept it. He owns apology to the good people of Ghana for deceiving us by putting a Photoshop picture, which he has come to admit himself that it was Photoshop. He has to apologize to the good people of Ghana, and let's ensure that anytime this MPP ministers of state and PCEs and MCEs and the CEOs should remember that Ghana is no more like 10, 15 years ago. We are in a global village, and fact check can't be there to expose you. So therefore, if you are saying anything, you are trying to throw dust into the eyes of the good people of Ghana, remember, fact check is there for you. And whatever Bitame will have done, this video, interview, audio will be there to judge him when the time comes. And I'll hold on of this. Thank you.
Fantastic. I think that if the Photoshop that Peter Mewu posted, if the people of Ghana did not call him out on it, he would have gone, it would have sunk, it would have sat with us, and nobody would have come and told us that it was a Photoshop and they didn't even know who manages the page. That was just pure diabolical and unnecessary. The people of Kumasi sent a message to Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo last week, and Nanado responded. Let me remind you of what the people of Kumasi said to the people of Ghana and Nanado.
Messi de bia yesi e besi toilet. Afiwe ya ni abre ya sesam kejeti anu e se dada nani. Mo se IMF sika ba. IMF sika na aba no. Mo se mu de kejeti a eso ya jaguo. Ya tifie kwamo de yan. Ya tifie kwamo de yan. Ya timsi afiwe no ya sesam MPP away. Ada na mama kwamo de ya sa. Ada and this is so na nya kura no na unya do obedi.
Yo abanya amwaye e wa Santi region pa de. Se ka kejeti ha me no ujina sesi aye kasai. Wo de hwe kejeti ha hye. Mama ta hwan na atimi asa besie kejeti no.
Tesa santima ketia yi started no jo mama started otimi wie ansa na wo furi so. No wo so antimi wie kwa kakra bi na Akufo-Addo de ode nsa be kai aka honom. Eya enua ma na bi nya ba bi ntina mo tete kwa mu. Kwa no mo te na nya mo pe no mo de ti o. Jo mama onya adwene se wo ye market ama ye te kwa mu ne akotena ho ama ye ho atoye. Wo be hwa enua ma na bi ko inside osia no. Hu mo kala kola no wani age.
Ye de ne anima ne se Mahama emra no mesesane mamu mayen efi se omo ka se omba ye ehye no omba ye enso up to now by some months nie omo ntumi nya ho hwe benchre se omo ne ye na di ni omo ne ye ni ye nti esra Mahama se omra efi se ono wonka ye krampo tumi ye
edama kuma so ana oba emabuni benya adwuma ye tese ye nya hwe nye mate kunya mate ni kunya hwe nya owiase
na de ekumi ne 24 hour economy no mo de aba no yeso obi ya abedidi mi hu hwe kwa mawu kejeti Dubai on na see ye enti media na ne 24 hour economy no de ba ne kwa na ekumi mate dia meti ase ne se ekuo ye se 24 e be work for 24 hours that 24 hours no obi ya abedidi aduma no obi ya benya bia ye be ka kira santiman se for se ye to abama do mama fi se do mama na beti babu amamuwo no John Mahama, the best mebu amamuno. To you be a Santa Maria, will be a to Abama John Mahama. If it's all by no, not a near memu here, be a therefore, and near my boy at the idea turn 1 city and they turn 2,000. And this is Basono, Namawa who tom, you want who tom more, by MPP by a rather young couple. Minimedia me warm, minimedia me warm.
Addo this week or by another Kasai Cafe.
Miss Sandy said, and pay you for a war, man, when you dear Papa Bia, Costa Ghana. Said Trady and Ponyago, baby, when you dear Costa Ghana.
Eliasu, maybe also, Nanado say, or Bompire Bam camera and Kakra. And Addo said Bompire na a rather baby winnie. Meet you.
Medasini akwenya odi amame, sorry for laughing. Ewurade be ye ni dada, enya afi na ewurade be ye ni. You see, the evil that men do lives after them. The good is off interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. That is where we are today. Why am I saying that? Obien himself, ye to about Ghana. The powerhouse for the MPP is Ashanti region. And I want to mention KINGSLEY.
And no cry.
Very good. But the truth of the matter is that the narrative has changed. The dynamic has changed today. So ubo video and you know only uko interview muji video we are not very good. So we are hearing it from the people who cast their vote in Ashanti region. Say John Mahama ba no ahoto wo ho John Mahama ba no omutimi eton niema enya ebiko umano John Mahama enka kura no obeye Kumasi KJT market edima mu nti umo ehu ne John Mahama aye.
The very first guy, no, just 2 seconds. TNBM.
Missy the Bia, see a best toilet. I feel a Yania Breya, some Kajatiano, I said that any. Most I am of Sikaba. I am of Sikanabano. Muslim Yakaja, as your jaguar. Yet if you are commodity, yet if you are commodity, yet if you see a few, yes, some MPP away. I don't know my comedy, sir.
I say I didn't know my comedy almost. I felt bad. I felt bad.
Yeah, of course, all of us felt bad.
And we say coming.
Yeah, because and that no Addo. They've perpetuated lies over and over and over, and it is now catching up on them. Abranti Yokasa is a gun name and Bebunu. Well, no credit no can because Obre also can no credit. No, because I didn't know come there. Toilet Namobesi, and I said a national government, Uko Bobusia, a GSK free IMF bar. Do something monumental and let the people of Ghana see. Oh, sorry, I was a toilet and see. So the guy is right because a hungry man is the one who is feeling hungry. But he's venting out his frustration out for people to see. And I'm glad that this is not NDC propaganda. And NDC for Debbie. I'm glad the cameraman went around and had a segment of what every people in around that area. Anameboa one ko baby no aka say any okojina baby and NDC for okori nyina yehu. That's why I said the dynamic has now changed because you can always lie your way into power, but you can never lie your way to govern. And now two MPPCs here no. Nanadu telling Ghanaians say or bompa say Nyankopo be Ghana fu eni no hu enyuma pa e koso. Nanadu Nyankopo be ni da o. When you were in opposition, all that John Mahama, His Excellency, was doing, Mukantam said near Mahama ye piano, you bring that president down. And that was what you guys did. Musi dia ni oye piano a Photoshop and then no cre and then Mahama ye visionless and oye incompetent. That was the adjective you guys used to describe him. That man has proven posterity has proven that man to be one of the most competent presidents Ghana has ever had. One of the, I'm using my words selectively, one of the most competent presidents Ghana has ever had post-independence, John Dramani Mahama. Because everything that you guys accuse him of has turned back to you. From hospitals, roads, interchanges, markets, schools. Look at housing projects, Sagleme housing project, 1,500 housing units. Anka ene mobile no kura no commission na Ghana fo nye baby kura emfo mutinto. Musimu katashishe any proyebi akum, you are investigating 7 years and you have not been able to come out with any investigation. Ghana for that should abontain. So if you ask me, KINGSLEY, the dynamic has changed. Ghanaians are now politically awakened, they are politically matured. Omo abrabom during Mahama Breso, any abrabom and there. Ultimately, say the two are completely at variance. John Mahama Breso, no things were a little bit, we're not saying Ghana was gold, but at least the ordinary Ghanaian had a means of survival. Survival. But people cannot survive. And this is the MPP stronghold. And yet NDC stronghold. This is MPP stronghold that people are venting their disappointment, their dissatisfaction, and their displeasure with the abysmal performance of this incompetent government. And we are seeing it. Nanado is now telling Ghanaians they should open. Those days, Nanado was in Ghana with the so-called support cronies. Everything that John Mahama did, they say it was a Photoshop. And then reality has set in. Did you ever hear John Mahama saying God should open the eyes of Ghanaians for them to see the good work he has done? He never said that. But Ghanaians have eyes to see. They can see those things he did. Nana is there. So you don't need to beg Ghanaians. You don't need to tell Nyame. So on my Ghana for yes, Nyumapa and a ton of home. So why Nyumapa be or Ghanaians will see say, oh, John Mahama esi KJT market. Also buy no wakota malekure ko Samale Central Market. John Mahama esi your friend is saying University of Ghana Medical Center. Also buy no ebia wako Volta region ko see one big university hospital. These are things that the ordinary Ghanaian will see. You don't have to ask God to open their eyes because our eyes are already open. Near Mahama and Wansre Nyame. Into Nana, this is a testament of your failure. It's unfortunate. What failure? Everything that you promised Ghanaians, a Bosha will share. I am incorruptible, but we have seen corruption extended under your presidency. Transparency International, I always refer to them. Corruption Perception Index, under John Dramani Mahama, under you, Nanado Dankwa, the figures are there for every Ghanaian to go and Google and see. Transparency International, they are the watchdog of the whole world in terms of Corruption Perception Index. They are not biased against Mahama or biased against you. They say it as it is for the country Ghana. And if you are admitting, say, Nyankopon miye Ghana for any no mu enyuma pa wa ye no enyuma pa wa ye na be ton no ho. But unye bibia ye me wan sika afa wa ben nsem nyame nko anim from Kwame Nkrumah to Mahama. Sika waji eche omu. What is it that you want to show? Debia Meka, Nana, you are the father of the nation. Into your muka yakasa Nanado Dankwa government. Into who and obetu anamo no pie abeka Ghana for say, hey, akonye na ode ma me no. Meti me abo niema enum kura me so me ba ya meti me aye. Terminal 3 ya yes in a Photoshop no, and then who are those benefiting from Terminal 3? The traveling public.
I know, see, mommy.
The traveling public and your family members are benefiting from Terminal 3. Into amemu bu enya no ne dibu amen there be enyensa ene adwene a Nyankopon de ama o. Na niema hu owiase so ne se nyame ensi wo hene na o force si wo hu hene a eni ngwase na beto saa kopim say da be free akonya no so. And that is where we find ourselves today. Into the medima no si no Ghana fo emre na duru 4 years bia no yekoto aba esesem Kumasi for yadamase enye mu nyina aba. Those of you who are still on the sideline no yesremo yesi ne o furu duapa no ene pia na echi na on furu duapa na Ghana itimi afa no ntuma pa efra ye papa baako His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 3.5 years wabe yi bia me yehu obi anya akonya 7 years ontimi ne ahwe enti 2024 mukoto aba ontuma NDC and John Dramani Mahama na omuba Ghana itimi afa no ntuma pa idea efra na ya kan ye aka the prospecting and progressive countries in the world. Medase.
That's why Paul, I mean, call when I mean for Rashid in here. Paul.
Yeah, Kingsley.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, you are trying for me to account for, about the good stewardship of His Excellency, right? That's the question.
No, the one that is Nanado said God should open the eyes of people to see.
Oh, Nanado is a joker. For me, I think Liasu has made a lot of submission. For me, I stopped taking Nanado serious for about 2-3 years ago. Before, so for me, there's nothing that Nanado will say that because since the day he said that he was being misled, when Ameri deal was exposed, and then he came saying misled and true, Ejakwana the bus, and never took my
Nanado and Baumia to be serious people in life. So for me, whatever that has been said, well, he knows that God has already opened the eyes of the good people of Ghana. And whatever is going to happen on 7th December 2024, God has already opened the eyes of the good people of Ghana. I pray and I want to use this platform to appeal to the good people of Ghana to ensure that we all vote and make sure that we vote out this super incompetent, visionless, aimless, directionless, and a distorted government who has no plan for the good people of Ghana, who has nothing better to offer the good people of Ghana, who cannot do even manage themselves. How much more would they manage the good people of Ghana? Look at the mess in their camp. Look at the confusion in their camp. This thing comes to attest to the fact that they are super incompetent bunch of people who do not know what they are doing. So for me, Nanado, I never take him serious since he said that he was misled when he came to the Ameri deal. Thank you.
Yeah, Rashid, fire you on this one. Rashid.
mpanyinfoɔ no ɛwɔ ɔman mu a wɔne hu deɛ papa bi a ɛkɔ so wɔ Ghana sɛ twɛdi ampɔ Nyankopɔn bɛbie wɔn ani wɔne ahu deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ Ghana.
Rashid. Oh. Rashid, what do you mean? All right.
I feel them too. What do you mean? Hello, KINGSLEY. What do you mean?
Yes, me too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, me person me can assembly briefly Kransania to us based on your previous Bono say the video be by out. Yeah, the video be by out say no depict accident be a train crash sorry but I am not MPP for I try that now take Ghanaians for granted. Sa image na transpiter me ubeka say Photoshop no. Enua your friend is saying video na was hard beto because me video no me hwe ni din na me say AI generated video because recently ending of February na open AI edi Sora buy Sora uhwe Sora said the Sora a generative videos na the same me akwa mashada I put some your friend is saying criteria in Sora etimia depict a video of that same nature. So, and you know, study a video on AI generated video by Sora. Into the Ghana for a man in Daho. I was an investigation coming who the outcome because we don't trust them. And I'm person maker. And I agree. Nanado the same Yankupon ATN in Paibu. Ah, Yankupon ATN in Paibu, Ghana for a near be. You need be papa because say you need be a Yankee president who say na komu wiem edit Ameri plant ni bi na ba Kumasi as K1 TTP no say Yankopon e bie ye ni na edit hu sa de ana na da bebre akoso over the years ni nyina no nyame adom me mpaebo no nyame ade atoma ma ye ni abie ama ye hu say niema bebre omu ye ni nyina no a project or that an almost science no edeba. Enti sa na now do MPP amamu we no empire na ye koso say Nyankopon tie empire but na Ghana for ne Ashanti region for Nyankopon bi o mani no mu hu se de ekoso no amamu no mu aye den ene de ekoso Ashanti region no MPP ya de pepe bi ama omo bi o mani no mu kaka o mani no mu hwese Ashanti region de na MPP buy why ama omo because MPP for no omunya hwema Ghana kasa any mframa any videos on say Photoshop no say the free ne number no agenda bi omu Photoshop niema online no omu de abeto so omu ye nso no omunya Photoshop nko ana aye omu nti Nyankopon bi ye ni na ye hu say ampa on ground so no de na ekoso said ye yakon so omu di sika twitwiri die akotu amna donko abɔ ho ka say omu besi friend is saying National Cathedral ni Nyankopon bie ni ne hu saa ne ma no eti Nanado de me de meka ne say Nyankopon etie ne mpaebo ene ye ni abie a ye bɔ mpae se ye kɔ abato we mu no Nyankopon be say bie Ghana fo ani no mu say the 4 years na and I say less than 4 years na former president the visionary leader and the nation builder ebe ye ma Ghana for within that short term no Yɛmfa ntoto the 8 years na MPP fo we buy no. No bi omani, no call makoma no mu say MPP we no. Oma anyɛ hwee amma Ghana. That's it.
Papa. Let me also say, I think that Obibia, everybody who employs a social media person, I have a social media person that manages some of my social media pages. I guide the person as to what to post, what to not to post, what is acceptable on my pages and what is not acceptable on my pages. And if you are a minister of government and you have employed someone to manage your social media page, and you are telling the people of Ghana, say you are not aware that one, somebody is posting something, and that you don't, the person can post fake stuff with or without your permission, and it is acceptable. That puts us in a very, very dangerous position as a country.
Exactly.
It puts us in a very dangerous position because if a person can do that, then that is dangerous, Mr. Minister. So for Peter Mewu, who is a minister and an MP for that matter, of no less a constituency like the Huawei constituency, I think that the people of Huawei constituency will have to reevaluate the choice that they made and consider sending the NDC candidate to Parliament to represent them, because this is dangerous, this is unacceptable, this is barbaric, childish for that matter. Your people managing your social media page should know your philosophy and your belief system, and they should know the things that they can post and the things that they cannot post. And just like my brother Rashid said, Nana Dodam Kwakufodo, you are lucky. The God that we worship have heard your prayer, and all of us are awakened, especially the people of the NPP that you lie to and continue to lie to. They are saying they are working. The statements that some of these people are making in Kumasi, a year before now, 2 years, 5 years ago, they will not make that statement in Kumasi. Even if they will make it in their rooms. They won't make it in openly. This is the first time that you watch a video from Kumasi that you don't see anybody standing behind the person saying, oh, boy. These people are shouting in the market openly that MPP should go and another government should come. You should know, sir, the people are awakened. The people's eyes are clearly and cleanly open, and they will not continue to sit and watch you continue to push them down and disregard them for the mismanagement and the corruption that continues to go on in your government. So, like Rashid said, you should be happy that God has heard your prayer and God has listened to you. And for many, many, many Galacticos, many, many people who believed in Real Madrid, we won. We won a Clasico.
Manchester
Today,
won.
Okay, Manchester 2 is a team. We've just extended. I think we have just extended the point now to 11 points, and I'm happy. I think that, and then tennis season, the clay season is starting very beautifully. There has never been a clay season like this one. Watch out. And on the men's side, Sina, of course, Djokovic is still there. Nadal is back. Nadal is training very, very, very hard and working very, very hard. Of course, Carlitos is still there. And Ruud is playing unbelievable tennis. Sasha Zverev is playing an amazing tennis. Of course, Daniel is still there. And in the girls' side, my own beautiful girlfriend, Arena Sabalanka, is still on there. She's going to continue to play beautiful tennis. Shastek is there. Coco is there. All of the amazing players. I think that this clay tennis courts season is going to be beautiful. That is going to be climaxing at the French Open. I think French Open starts on the 26th of May. Let's follow this beautiful game and continue to enjoy it. My name is KINGSLEY, Elik and MORTEY, and we've been on the NDC forum with my brothers, friends, Rashid, my own Harvard and MIT trained brother, Ilyasu was here, Paul De Soso, an amazing Paul De Soso. And the love for Paul continued to grow. I think that the rest of you have to step up your game, because the love for Paul is just amazing. I don't think that today the people will love him too much, because the people like it when he opens a lot of fire. But today he didn't open too much fire. I think that the love is great. Let us continue to do this. We'll meet again next week. Next week, I think me and my people need to talk back door. Next week is going to be a little bit challenging, but we'll see what God will do for all of us. I wish you guys very well. My name has been KINGSLEY, Elik and MORTEY on the NDC forum. Go out there, make sure you register. Registration is starting next month. And
Yeah.
go out
7th.
there. 27th.
7th
Yes.
May.
Yes, that's right.
7th to 27th. Yeah.
Right. So go out there, register, and vote. Because that is the only way we can make these things happen. That is the only way we can make these things happen. So let's get this thing going. I wish all of you guys very well. Ghana will be a country for us to behold one more time. I know that these are shameful days. I know these are difficult days, but our country will stand again. Ghana will stand again. I wish you guys very well.